Okay, so hello everyone. I wanted to come on again today as part of my channeling challenge, and also because the channeling from yesterday still left me a bit unclear as to the limits or guidelines for healing. Yesterday, the channeling was about that you have to ask permission for someone from someone in order to heal them. And you can either ask them directly or you can ask their higher self. But there are other, for example, people out there, and you see them on the street and you think, oh, I want to heal that person, but you have to kind of ask their higher self. You can't just go around healing people for no reason, because that interferes with their free will, and it also interferes with their story, their narrative in their lives. You know, maybe they need whatever it is that's happening to them to wake them up to something. So, yeah. I had a few questions about that, and I have many questions myself as well. And then today I was doing, as I do every day, my Course in Miracles lesson. And today's lesson was lesson 245, and it was kind of related, which they usually are. So I thought I'd just read it out. If you already know this lesson, you can just skip over it if you'd like. I'm just going to read it out for people who don't know. Okay, so this is lesson 245. And the lesson is, your peace is with me, Father, I am safe. And so here it goes. It says, your peace surrounds me, Father. Where I go, your peace goes there with me. It sheds its light on everyone I meet. I bring it to the desolate and lonely and afraid. I give your peace to those who suffer pain or grieve for loss or think they are bereft of hope and happiness. Send them to me, my Father. Let me bring your peace with me, for I would save your Son as your will, that I may come to recognize myself. As we go in peace, to all the world we give the message that we have received, and thus we come to hear the voice for God, who speaks to us as we relate his word, whose love we recognize because we share the word that he has given unto us. Okay, there you go. So as usual, it's very deep, and to parse through all of this stuff would take a lifetime. And a lot with these lessons, sometimes it's not about an intellectual understanding. It's more about an understanding in here, in your heart. It's just an understanding, like a Zen koan. The sound of one hand clapping, for example, the most famous one. It's there to kind of meditate on and to reach an understanding inside, not with your waking mind or with your reptilian mind, as they say, but with your heart. So anyway, but in this lesson, he talks about your peace goes with me. It sheds light on everyone I meet. I bring it to the desolate and lonely and afraid. I give your peace to those people who suffer pain, grieve for loss, or think they're bereft of hope and happiness. So, basically, you're going around healing people. So I don't really understand the difference between healing someone and then healing someone, giving them the peace. And so, and I don't quite understand that. I mean, to a certain extent, I guess I kind of understand that it's not, you're not actively healing, but you are being connected to God, and being with your connection to God, other people will see that connection and see that, the guy looks pretty happy and at peace. I wonder what he's doing. And I guess maybe that's the point, that you're not actively, I will heal you, kind of thing. And maybe that's that's as much as I understand. So, but I wanted to bring through Jesus again to see if he could clarify any of this for us. So it's pretty interesting stuff, at least for me. Okay, so here we go. So I'd like him to explain the difference between this showing your peace and also like going around healing people. And I also had a question about how to ask someone's higher self. And when I do it, I usually just ask, and then I get a message in here. It just comes. But let's ask and see if there's another method that we could use. So here we go. Greetings, everyone. It is I, Jesus, and we bring you love and blessings and happiness and wonderment and peace and all of the wonderful things that are yours, that have never left you. You are at peace. You are and always have been at peace. You are just confused now and thinking that you're not at peace. As per your channeler's question about healing and not healing and when to heal, this is a very important question, and it is something that I dealt with in my incarnation as well. And the easiest way that we could explain it to you is it really depends on each situation that you're in. In my situation, I could see directly. I could automatically look and see if the person needs my healing or whether or not I should or shouldn't heal. Now, if you're not able to see directly, as we said, you can just ask. And as your channel said, asking, you could just ask directly and then wait for a message to come to you. Or some of you might not hear a message, might not something you hear, but something that you see, or you see a sign, or you feel something just in your heart. And that is the way that you receive these messages. Now, we would recommend, though, when you're healing people, to ask them with your own voice. That is the best way to go about it, because it is their free will. And they will understand, because that is their choice and that is the path that they're going down. If they've come to you for healing, then that means that they need the healing from you. That is the easiest way to go about it. If someone comes to you for healing, for the most part, they do need your healing. If you feel something when you're about to heal them, if you feel maybe there's something's not right here, then you should ask their higher self. But most of the time, these people are brought to you to be healed. It's a timing situation. If you look at your story from up above, the story that you created, the narrative that you created for this life, or for many of your lives, that you'll see that there are many of these things on the pathway. And if you are radiating a certain light, then other people who need that light will come to you. And you have these points in your life where you are given a chance to radiate this light. And when you do, these other people are given the opportunity to come to see you and to be given your healing. Now, as per the Course in Miracles lesson, yes, this is a very interesting one, but this is the idea of you, and as your channel said, he was correct. Close, I would say. Not 100% correct, but he was close. The idea is, yes, that once you are in perfect connection once you are the Christ, once you are, for example, the Buddha, the Christ, you are the one mind, then people can sense that because they know who they are, and then they see themselves in you. And that creates a sense of peace in them, because it makes them aware, and it wakes them up somewhere deep, deep, deep inside. Now, maybe they're not even aware of it at that time, but for some people, it's just a seed that will sprout later. And that's what this lesson means about bringing your peace to everyone. It just means bringing your connection to oneness, to the Christ consciousness, to the Buddha, being the one self, being one with God. And that oneness will shine out, and it's just like this giant light that people see, and like bugs will fly to a light. It's the similar thing. People will just see that light and say, I want that light. Where is that light coming from? What is this thing? And it's a beautiful thing, because it can really transform people. So all you have to do is get closer to yourself, get closer to God. It is such a simple thing, but it is such a complicated thing. I know, because I've had my incarnations here, and I know how difficult it can be. But that is the step. That is all you need to do to become a true healer. Okay, so that's where the message ended. So I think we got a little bit of clarity. I still have a lot of questions, but yeah. And if you guys have any questions, please ask, because I'm probably missing a lot of stuff as well. So anyway, but ciao.